before I get into the meat of this video, obviously I had a bad rental experience renting out a place. If you look at the bottom right, I'm doing this one on the Hollyland Lark M2. I might do the other section on the Lark Max or whatever, but I'll mention which one I'm doing it at so you can decide which one sounds better. Don't go by my voice. Go by how they sound compared to each other, because if you go by my voice, you're going to lose. So anyway, I rented the house out. I got a lot of damage done to it. I can't show you all the damage, but if you'll notice, look at the floors. Look at the other room. Ripped out doorknobs. Some kind of way they rusted out a vent. The return grill on the wall, I don't know what was going through there, but was it food? Was it drugs? What was it? I got no idea. I know the filters were really stuffed up and everything is pretty messed up. And if it was only that, I could go to Home Depot and get one for $27.84 plus tax and install it myself, okay? Refrigerator, yeah, they cleaned it really good, didn't they? I guess they forgot to use a baking pan. And the last one you see is a smoke alarm. Now, this door that you're looking at is outside, ripped off the porch. That thing's been up there for over 30 years that I've been there, when I used to live there. So there's no excuse for that. Can't blame a hurricane, can't blame nothing. If all this damage was like one renter, okay? Well, that renter had to be evicted, obviously. And there's much more damages than I'm showing you here. But I put some of the blame on the property management company because they did inspections, but didn't let me know as things deprogressed, which was give me the chance to do repairs little by little. Now I'm probably looking at close to $30,000 for repairs if I want to sell it to another human being. What did I do about it? See the next part. Did you ever get these calls? I did. Is this John P? Are you interested in selling your property at address goes here? You know what address goes there means. Hi, is this John P? Sorry for calling you out of the blue. I got a bunch of those. Out of the blue, like they're walking down the street, have nothing to do. Hey, let me call some guy named John P. And another one I got was, hey, John P, I was just in the neighborhood. I was wondering, blah, 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 they want to buy the property. I don't think they were in the neighborhood. And you probably know, you get these phone calls too, right? So while I was getting estimates to get the house ready again, I got a phone call from a familiar voice. I said, what the heck? I'll give it a shot. The words say try, but I'll give it a shot. So I tried to make a deal with them. Who? I don't think I'll say who, but let's just see what happens. I'll tell you the truth on all this. I won't mention the company because they probably all do the same thing. So either they're going to do me right or they're going to do me wrong. They gave me a price, and I'm not paying anything less off of that price taking anything less off of that price than what it would cost me to repair the place. Because if I repair the place, I can sell it for a little more than that. But next thing you know, I'll show you a little bit later, I got to pay 6%. I got to pay taxes on what I made over what the house originally cost. So it'll go nuts. So let's go on to the next part, and I'll show you exactly what the contract looked like. Okay? Here's where I got to hit the stop recording button. Before I get into this part of the video, which is the contract, you can see that on the screen, I want to let you know that I'm doing it on a Lark Max. The last one was on the Lark M2. This one's on the Lark Max by Hollyland. I don't know if the difference is going to mean anything to you because my voice isn't all that great anyway, but letting you know that that's how I'm doing it. Okay, now to continue. Guy comes over the place, brings the camera, takes pictures all over, inside, outside, roof, everything, back porch, you name it. Okay? And then he sets this contract on the table, which means that me and the buyer, I guess, you can see it says Homebuyers in there. They made a deal, $100,000, $1,000 escrow, goes into the closing company. Now, the closing company, I'm not listing nobody here. I'm not even listing who's trying to buy it. But the closing company is very reputable because I have a realtor that I deal with anyway, and they said these guys are good. Okay, so there's the contract basically. Supposed to close no later than the 5th of February, if you can see it here. Okay, and title insurance and all that stuff. Yeah, I already have title insurance. They wanted to see it again. I'll give them that. But I'm not supposed to lay out any money. Maybe the month of taxes, but that's about it. Okay? Second page, due diligence, property within 21 days. I did my due diligence, whatever that is. I had to give them who I am and blah, blah, blah. And then this contract, be interpreted under the laws where the property resides. Okay, so this works out or it don't work out. I'll let you know because this is just another part of the same video. So I know that they're going to cut me down, and I've been tracking a bunch of different companies. And if you notice on the bottom it says Homebuyers, that's actually a digital signature, okay, on the original document. They're all home buyers. You got local home buyers. You got this kind of home buyers. You got North Carolina home buyers, California home buyers, Virginia home buyers. They're all local home buyers. But none of them are here. So I don't know how. There's even one company that says that they're local home buyers and they have an address in my city in the P.O. box. But there's nothing really there except the P.O. box. And I don't know why they're keeping it. Maybe they pick up mail once a month. So it's now a little over 21 days. Let's go ahead and give these guys a couple of days to make their final offer, which I think they're going to knock it down somewhat. But I know how much I can live with, and I'll do the math later to show you what I mean. Because, you know, you gotta upgrade the house. Then you got to sell the house, right? Then you got to pay some realtor like 6%. Closing's about $1,500. And then I have to figure what these guys want to do to me and what that would cost me when I do it myself. I got all the contractors lined up, okay? I may end up only getting like $6,000 more after I'm done between what I want to do and what these guys want to do. But I have to pay tax on that, so there goes half of that money because it's not a primary residence. And I made a little bit more than actually I made a lot more than I sold it for because, let me back up on that. I made a lot more than I bought it for, but the money that I put into repairing the house will be a tax deduction, but it turns right around and I got to pay tax on that because it's not my primary residence. There, I finally got it out. I don't know why I got so confused before, but I'm going to leave it in because as I mentioned, I always do one-take videos. So let's wait for the next part and see what happens. I'll keep you guys posted, do a little math, and maybe not stutter and stumble all over this thing. But I've never done this before. It's interesting. I'll probably never do it again. Well, I don't have anything to sell anyway. So see you in the next section, whenever that's going to be. So I called the closing place today, and I was surprised. They had these numbers for me. They said, well, could you send me that? They've got this HUD statement that they send out, okay? And it shows the contract was $100,000 right there, right? Then 770 comes off. That's from me, taxes and stuff like that, I believe, and other things, county stuff. Property tax for the time that I'm here before I close, right? So I had it for a month. They got to cover it for the rest of the year. And totally what comes off of it is $934.88. You can see that there. So I'm going to walk away with a check for $99,065.12. Will I really? I'm still shaken up about it. But let me show you the second page. Second page is pretty much sloppy with my highlight, but the blue is them, the yellow is me. So they got to pay all the closing costs, $600, $375, $150, $324.90. They end up paying $1,604. I pay $770. Okay. I don't know how it works out, but I know I end up paying $9 something, but that's okay. title insurance. I had to get a piece of that, I think. I don't really understand it. As long as I'm getting just about what they told me, I'm good. Will I really get just about what they told me? I don't know. I'll find out in the next couple of days. Okay? So next time you hear from me will be after the fact. Okay? So it's Friday before closing, and I get a phone call. They say they can't close on the 5th, but they want to move it to the 12th. The swamp are too many sales. They got to make adjustments. But they'll send me $2,500 to hold on for another week. I can do that. So it'll come out of the price of the house, of course. I get another form to digitally sign that changes it. It just extends it to one that we showed in the beginning, from the 5th to the 12th. Okay? I don't know what's going to go on, but I did get the $1,500 check. And I'm waiting for the other 1,000. I'm not going to make another move until both checks clear. Meanwhile, I'm not giving any information about my accounts. I don't really have to do that. So I just get their check and cash it and put it where I want. I could be totally off. These guys can be totally good. Are they waiting for the last minute? I'll just have to wait and see. Anyway, this is a week later, but it's on the same video. It just feels like now. You know, I'm at the end of this thing and I got no idea what I'm doing, but I try to use the green board. So hit play. This is showing what I could have done if I worked on the house. It took probably a couple of month process for me. Wait till I get to the bottom. I got to stop it. Hey, I stopped it just in time. I figured that it would cost me, I could probably sell it for $120 after I did the repairs. That's going to run me $30,000. Then you got the realtor fee, the closing costs, and all this other stuff. 3 months lost rent, total of $108. Then I figured take off $82.25 for the aggravation I'm going to have, total $1,000. No pain, it just happens. It's priceless. Let them do it all. So let me show you what happened. Okay, so at the end of all of this mess, it did work out. It worked out really good. The check to me was $97,030, plus the $2,500 they sent me before, which was the $1,500 and the $1,000 for putting the closing off a week. So I got a total of $99,530 after my expenses. That proves my wife was right, because the original $1,000 of, I don't know what you call it, the escrow or whatever, the fee in the beginning was besides the sale of the house. Anyway, it was a good sale. I'm happy. She's happy. No more renters. Now we can relax. If you want to know any more information about who these people are or how it went about, just ask me in the YouTube message. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Okay? Have a great day, because I will.